What's up, guys? How we doing? You get two intros. Yes. What's going on? Test, test. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? What up, guys? Can I get a video and audio check from my amazing mod team? I'm nervous. I'm like sweating. I've never had this many people inside my house. You guys are crazy. I usually am behind the scenes. I don't have to be in front of the camera when I'm out there chasing. And I'm not used to having this many people here. I'm freaking nervous. What's going on? How you guys doing? Hello, everybody. Anything to talk about? Yeah, okay. Thanks, chef. So I see we had a hype train right off the bat. Let's quickly get through that. Northern Sky, thank you for the gifted sub to Sassy. Mama, 300 bits. Bartman, 100 bits. Beth, 110 biddies. Mominator, 100 bits. Mama, 19 bits. Mominator, 100 bits. Jan, 300 bits. Brandy Iron gifted a sub to Wonder Hamster. Mominator, 100 bits. Another 100 bits by Mominator. Unread, 30 bits. Kills, 300 bits. Sleepy Thinker, 10 bits. Jan, 300 bits. Brandy Iron gifted sub to More of Storms. Hammers with a gifted sub to Firston. Spicy Gamer gave out a community sub. I don't know who that went to. Doesn't tell me. Myred, 200 biddies. Anonymous Gifter with a gifted sub to Dino Rancher. And Jolly Roger with a tier 1. 3 months. And Branding with 5 gifted subs. Doesn't tell me who. Branding Iron, 500 biddies. Jolly Roger, 200 biddies. Whew. Amanda with the tier 2, 10 months. Thank you, guys. Appreciate all that. Jack Daniels, thank you for your 13 months. I don't have the moan here, Michael, like Mr. Nax does. But thank you for your thank you for your 69 biddies. That just scared the shit out of me. Okay. All right. Well, guys, first off, thank you for being here. I think we got some cool stuff to show you tonight. Some eye-opening stuff, some intense stuff, all that good stuff. So without further ado, we'll get started. First off, I want to take a couple of minutes, and you guys keep spamming your hypes and your claps and your naders and all that good stuff. And I want to thank the mod team for just being absolutely amazing for me.
How y'all doing, boss?
Lisa was getting her ass kicked on Friday. The other mods were getting their ass kicked. Desert behind the scenes. Nax behind the scenes. Barry behind the scenes. Barry helping guide me. Nax helping guide me. Unknown Lad, thank you for the 1,000 biddies. Guys, I know sometimes you wonder why we do the things we do. I think I've explained it. So just understand and thank you for being supportive of the mod team. That's the biggest thing you can do when we get on these crazy chases is just support the mod team. You guys, as a lot of you guys are the VIPs and the subs of this channel. Make sure you're supporting the mods. That's the biggest thing you can do. That's one of the biggest things you can do to help. Let's get started. Jason Benner at 1K subs. Did he get it? Or are you telling me to promote it? We can promote it a little later. We got to get started. We're late. So a couple weeks ago, excuse me, I decided, well, not a couple weeks ago, but about a week ago, it was starting to really come into shape that we want to have a possibility of a storm chase. I myself was looking for an opportunity to get out there and just feel some dues, get some storms. I was willing to make a drive just to wet my beacon. One thing I can tell you, beat up, thank you for the 100 biddies. One thing I can tell you as a storm chaser who is literally addicted to the elements of being out there, when you don't get what you're addicted to, what happens? You go into withdrawals. You get depressed. It's the same damn thing with, I'm not trying to make a light of any of an addiction, but no storms for a person that's addicted to storms is rough. So I just wanted to go down there. I wanted to get involved. I knew we were going to have storms, possibly training storms. So that's a great opportunity just to get down there and get out in it. As we got closer to the event, things started to get kind of serious. And I had a feeling, I knew we were talking about possibly Louisiana first, but I had a feeling the way the track of the low was going that this could be further north. And I was hoping it was going to be further north, but I was ready to go down there regardless. Andra, thank you so much for your $25 donut. I appreciate that.
Thank you for all you do. And
so we got on the road. We left Thursday. We got on the road. We headed down, and my thought process was, let's, by Thursday we had already finally figured out that the system was moving more northerly. It was going to go through, the low was going to go through Missouri, and so therefore the warm sector was growing, and all of a sudden Illinois and Missouri and Kentucky were in play. And so I was like, this is great. I'm not going to have to drive as far. This is perfect. So what we did is I said, let's get to St. Louis or outside. I think we ended up stopping near Columbia. But I said, let's get there. We'll wake up in the morning. We'll pinpoint our target. And so at that point, I pinpointed Cape Girardeau as the starting point. And then we'll reassess from there. We knew it was going to be a late start. I'm doing a quick preface of the day before we get into detail. We knew it was going to be a late start. So my thought process, well, let's get up early. Let's get down to Cape Girardeau, and we'll take a nap, and we'll rest, and then get up, and we'll go chase. Well, next thing you know, we get a mesoscale discussion stating that things could possibly start anywhere from 4 to 6. So I'm like, oh, shit, that's early. That's before dark. Well, it did start earlier, but the storm started near Little Rock, Arkansas. That's where things started. And then there was another wave that started off, I want to say 2 hours later or so, in Missouri. Their second wave that actually went right by Nax's house and in central Missouri and other places through there. So at that point, I was sitting in Cape Girardeau, and we were waiting, and at this point, we're watching the models closely. I decided it's time to head down south, and then that's kind of where we'll get started, head down a little further south. So first off, I'm going to introduce you guys to some awesome people that are joining us tonight. Let's bring them in. We've got Nax, a.k.a. Kevin, or Kevin, a.k.a. Nax. We've got Desert. You guys know Desert really well. And Barry, of course, Barry is on every single one of my streams. So we've got everybody here to give different perspectives, and I want everybody to know the different perspectives, not just my perspective. I want Barry to tell his perspective when we get towards the end and throughout. Desert, I want to give his perspective, maybe from a technical standpoint, as well as kind of a follower viewer standpoint. And then Nax kind of coming in towards the end when things were probably at their craziest and stepping in and helping. So, yeah. Say hi, guys. What's up? So we're going to get started here. And bear with me. We had a little bit of, the reason for the delay is we had a little bit of a video issue right before the stream. And as you can see, we got all the 4 cameras. I had all the cameras set up. Go ahead. They don't. How's that not working? What do we do wrong? I can. Do you want me to check it for each person? Okay. 1 on, 2 on.
And then when we talk, do you see it?
Okay, you guys hearing them now?
Hello.
Hello, hello.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Hello.
4, 5, 6.
Okay, they're hearing us now. That's what I did.
Okay.
So yep. Good deal. So what I think I might do is as I'm going through this, by the way, they all said thanks, by the way. They all said hi. Trust me on it. They did say hi to you guys. This would not be a normal stream if we weren't screwed up somehow. So
that's my deal.
That's true.
Don't take that away from me, Ricky Bobby.
But you're here, so you're
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
By association, shit should fail.
Right.
Yeah, there's got to be an accident.
There's gonna be. Watch.
True.
Oh, geez. All right. So what I'm gonna do probably is switch through some of these slides, and when I'm ready to, I'll kind of bring them in. We'll switch to this slide. Or I'll bring them in one by one. But anyways, let's get started. So I'm going to show you guys this first map here. This is Nathan's way. All right, we did this my way. It ain't perfect, but it gets the point across, which is what I want to do. I want to get the point across. All right. So we're up here in Cape Girardeau in this area, so we've decided we're going to come down. This, right where I marked this map, is where I pretty much start the video stream, all right? So we're going to go through parts of the video tonight that you guys are going to see, and then I'm going to upload it, a little bit different of a version. I'm going to upload to YouTube. It's going to upload overnight, to be honest, because it's rather large. It's 4 hours. So we're going to upload that overnight. Keep in mind, we're just going to go through the bits and pieces that I know you guys didn't see, or maybe some other people missed. The stream was down a lot because we had no data. There was data issues throughout. As a tornado gets closer, data gets worse. It's a struggle. Also, when there's been a mass damage situation, it's kind of well known that the cell networks will give priority to police, fire, emergency, and everybody else will get kind of throttled, so the priority of data goes to them. So we had to deal with that as well. So we're going to kind of go through as much of this as possible and get a recap. I'm going to tell you guys what I was thinking, some things that you guys missed. So first off, anytime you see this yellow line, this is the path that I drove. Okay, this is the way we went. Anytime you see this red line, that is the tornado path, all right? Estimated. It's not exact. I did the best I could. And using images, which I forgot a damn image. Dang it. I'll have to pull that up. But using images that I was able to get at least where I was in retrospect to the tornado and get it pretty damn close through images that have been released. So we started up here. We started coming south. This is kind of where I started the stream, up here. Or where I started the video, not the stream. So we were kind of coming south towards, we knew at this point, we kind of came south and went back north because we were kind of wondering what's the exact path this is going to be. This tornado had already gone through Jonesboro, Arkansas. Already gone through, one of you guys help me, the Monette, was that it? Monette, thank you. It had gone through Monette, Jonesboro. Yeah. So it had already come through there. Now we're just trying to, there's nothing else for us to play at this point. So now is the time for us to decide, hey, the odds are this thing ain't going to stay in the ground all the way here based off history. But this is the game we're going to play because there's other tornado warnings behind it. So, it's kind of, do we play the system up there by Central Missouri that was kind of by Nax's house? Or do we play what's coming in from Arkansas? Well, I was already at Cape Girardeau. Arkansas was a no-brainer. So we got ourselves in position for that, and we waited to see what would happen. So anyway, so I'm driving down here, and we get to yeah, you're not added. That's why. Yeah, you're not added to the scene. I'm going to have to remember that. When I ask you guys something, I got to switch back. Good call. Thank you for the reminder. So anyway, so when we come down here, basically I've decided, I want to get 2 exits past. What's that city? So I get put on the spot now, and all of a sudden I'm going blank on the cities because I don't have it up in front of me. Not Dyersburg. What was the one before that? Yeah, Crothersville. Thank you. So we get to Crothersville, and I decided we're gonna, that's right by the Mississippi River. It goes over the Mississippi River, and we're gonna go to 2 exits beyond Crothersville, and that's going to be the place we're going to park. I think we'll be on the south end of it. We can watch the tornado go through. So that's where we are kind of on this image. Now I'm going to switch over to this next image, and this is going to kind of zoom in right here. Okay, this is kind of where we had our initial park. So I'm going to okay. Well, where this I think it's 181 and I-155 meet, right to the southeast of the tornado path. Okay, and so we're going to zoom in on that area right now. All right, so here's the map. Here we are. We've crossed the Mississippi River. You see the yellow extends up from I-155. So this is where I got off the exit, and this is where we parked, right in this vicinity, right next to the right of this. You'll see the little water on the right of 181 to the right of the yellow where we went and parked. So this is where we initially parked to witness the tornado when we saw the CGs, the lightning, and everything that went with it. This is where we parked, and you can see where the storm or the tornado crossed the Mississippi. And what I can show you as well is, let me add it really quick because I forgot, so bear with me. And I wanted to show you guys this image because it's really good. Bear with me here, guys. Save image. Desktop. Facebook image 1. Okay. And I'm going to put this in here. So you're going to quick go black here. 1 second. All right, you guys can hear me. I'm not going to worry about putting my video in. So if you look at this image right here, this is what we call a tornado ground scar, okay? So when the tornado is super strong, you're going to get this ground scar. You won't get it for little tornadoes, okay? You'll really only get it for major strong tornadoes. So you can see this ground scar. What I like, and if you look at the image on the lower right, you can see where the Mississippi curls around here, right? So you can see the ground scar where it comes out, right where the Mississippi turns from right to left. That's where the ground scar came off. And here's the road right here that I had highlighted. If in that bottom right image, you can see it. You can see the black line there. That's kind of right where we were parked. So now we go back to this image, map 2. So here we are. You know, this is right where the Mississippi, you can see where the tornado crossed, right where the Mississippi River turned right to left. This is where the tornado, you can kind of see I put a little red dot there where it crossed into, and you can see where we were parked. So not too bad a positioning there. It would have been bad if it would have made a right turn, obviously. So, but what we're going to do is I'm going to get in here. We're going to start watching some of the video. And we're going to watch this part of the video where we saw the tornado, which was not on stream. I know you guys thought you saw the tornado, but you didn't. You saw maybe a vortex of it. Nax is very used to vortexes, and and of course, let me say that again. Nax is used to vortexes,
and I said, "I am a vortex."
Yep.
But they can't hear you next.
Oh no, they can now. They can now. When I go to this view, they can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we're gonna watch that first part of the video, guys, and then we'll be right back with it here shortly. So give me a sec. Hopefully you guys are going to hear this. So we'll do the beginning part here just so we can get a disclaimer if any of you are in the chat and you're worried about this. And thank you for Nax's amazing voiceover. I think I left this on. I think they can still hear you guys. I'm not sure though. But we'll go ahead and we'll play it.
Mature content advisory. The following contains intense damage scenes and situations. Some may find the following disturbing.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get and move up to...
Oh my God!
And we're going to go ahead and we're going to watch this for a little bit.
Do you hear me at all, Nathan?
Yeah, all's good.
Yeah, okay, I knew you was having trouble with your stream. Yeah, it's a tornado emergency now. And man, it didn't make that right turn yet. It's still headed for Carruthersville.
My stream's down? Are you serious? I didn't even know.
Yeah, your bit rate's going from like 4 something, 940 right now.
One thing I want to bring up real quick, guys, and as I go through this, things are going to hit me that I want to bring up to you. So we'll pause and we'll talk. One thing I've learned in a lot of years chasing is, you know, when I started chasing, we didn't have a lot of this technology and a lot of the things that are there to help you. You learn to go off what you see, instincts, things like that. You know, you get your normal CGs, right? Nice, long, beautiful CGs. Everybody loves them. When you see CGs that are really short, crisp, close to the ground like you're seeing in this video, these are short, crisp, fast CGs. That means these are coming from underneath the mesocyclone of the storm, near the wall cloud. So they're closer to the ground, which means usually when you see these types of lightning, right near there is the tornado. So as I'm watching this, I'm getting a lot of flashbacks from Rowlett Garland. I'm going, that tornado is right beyond this lightning that you guys are seeing. So that's one reason I know that we just got to hold tight here. This thing's coming towards us. And it also comes into play later on in our discussion. So I'll go ahead and I'll move it up just a little bit here so we get to the tornado part. And one thing I'll show you guys really quick. It's a couple of still images of the tornado. Now, when I put this on YouTube, I have actually slowed down the lightning so you'll see better glimpses of the tornado. I did not do that for this tonight, but this is one of the images that you'll see here shortly in the flashes of lightning. As you can see, big wedge. You got a debris cloud in the back. Crazy. You got cloudy looking low line in the front of the tornado that is inflow. So, and you actually some of this. I mean, you could you see black dots. It might be a little bit of debris. Here's another image that I've caught with really good lightning. Again, debris cloud in the back there. So yeah, this was a very large tornado, easily a mile wide, and if you watch this closely, you got to watch it closely or you won't pick up on it, but you can really get a feeling of some of the edges and the way some of the lightning flashes, just how close this thing was to my car. You also can hear a little bit of the tornado roar here. Not quite as much as you'll hear later, but you can hear a little bit if you listen closely.
There's like single pulsars and then there's multi-branchers. I mean, we're getting a little of everything here. Holy shit, let's go! Balls of steel. We got a tornado emergency, guys, right in front of us here. This is insane.
If you look to a little bit to the left of that house or that building that you see here, you can actually, before I even said I saw a tornado, you can start to see the wedge coming in.
This thing is coming right for us, just a little bit north. We got to keep a close eye here.
Man, this thing's got a beautiful hook on it.
I think you just got your first glimpse of it there. Of course, I'm delayed from chat. So.
They've got the wall cloud in sight in front of us here. Holy shit.
That's when I was starting to think I see it. And now that I'm watching it here, you can definitely see it just to the left of the house coming in. But I couldn't see it with the naked eye.
Did you guys happen to see the video of the tornado hitting the Amazon
And
warehouse
they
area and a
have
small ball
extended
of
the
light
Tour
descending from
E
the
on
cloud
this.
ahead of it?
Actually,
Any idea on what
according
that
to that
was?
box,
That's
would
when I
make a little
started
bit of a
seeing it.
left turn.
I used to have one of those spaghetti. I've chosen to go the Sony sensor, 1-inch CMOS sensor. It seems to pick things up a little bit better, so that's the route I've decided to go. But if the right camera comes along, I'm always be down to give it a shot. LG, I think so. I think so. We'll find out. I've seen 3 EF4s. So we'll find out. It was twice the size of the Rowlett Garland tornado, I'll tell you that.
This is at least an EF.
My Verizon's completely down. I've got no chat. There it was! I just saw it. We just got the tornado. There it was.
Yep. After you said that, your stream caught up. I seen it.
We got a tornado!
So from right here is about the time the stream died. So now is when we really start to see the wedge come in from about for about the next 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. You really start to see some good. For about the first couple of minutes here, it's going to be behind this shed, this building. You're also starting to hear the roar in the background. I don't know if you guys can hear that. But right now the wedge is right behind this building. You're going to start seeing it come off to the right here. You're going to see the leading edge.
Holy crap. Look at that thing.
See, at this point now, I was watching it. And
Oh my God.
you could
Look
see
at
that.
that thing.
You could see it without lightning flashes at this point from my vantage point. Harder to tell in the
Holy
video
shit,
here.
Barry.
But you can start to see
your
some
stream's
shadows.
down, but I caught a glimpse of it, buddy.
Oh, are you serious? The stream's down?
Yeah, be right back screen. I'm showing 298 kilobytes on your bitrate.
Yeah, the storm's just killing it, dude. It's killing the bitrate. But yeah, it's big, dude. I've got the whole thing recording on in HD.
Oh, sweet, man. Yeah, right after you said it, I seen a lightning flash and lit it up. Actually, I got a chance to see it a couple times, and then your stream pixelated, and then it went back to be right back.
I'm up to 500. Hopefully it comes back here for you guys.
Yeah, bitrate's still way down in the 200s.
I got 516 here locally. And oh, it's right. Oh my God, dude, it's lit up so many times beautifully.
I gotta go, Julia. We got cows.
2020 Shish Pak Pikachu vote yay Searle animated tornado Searle animated lightning Searle heights Searle heights Searle heights Searle wind Searle hail Searle high Nathan X Storm Chaser IRL high chat 07 PJ Sugar Chef Frank Searle Nico 2020 party Raw Vic Spindle.
At this point, it's starting to go away from me. And it's going to go over this hill, unfortunately. All right, so we'll talk about the rating here shortly.
All right, I'm going to try and circle around. Dad is coming back. It's over this hill right now, unfortunately. It's pretty much due north of me now.
Yeah, your stream's trying to come back. It's kind of pixelated.
Chad, I hope you guys got to see that. I've got great video of it. Big tornado. Holy smokes. So we're about to go north. It's over this hill right now, so we're not getting a great view. Let me see if I can go up there and take a quick peek for you guys. We saw and clipped it. Awesome. Thank God. Yeah, the storm came over and killed my dad, unfortunately. here and see if we can get on the other side of this hill and maybe we can see it. But otherwise, we're going to get back on the interstate and try and get back ahead of it a little bit. Nah, this is turning around.
I don't remember where you went to.
Alright. Yeah, we're not going to get a good view. I'm going to turn around. We're going to get back on the interstate and get in front of this. The interstate turns around and goes back to the north towards the storm. So I want to try and get in front of it there.
I gotta go, Julia. We got cows.
All right, so that's where we'll pause for now. Is now we're gonna do some driving. I mean, this real quick. Pork chop. That was a different tornado. That wasn't this one. Let's see. Does it get sketchy at one point? Yeah, it gets a little sketchy coming up.
I think it's probably worth addressing the rating piece just to kind of put it,
get it out there,
to get it out there, so everybody not only what this tornado is, might be, but also just the approach, right? Because everybody's trying to assert a rating on the tornado based upon what you've seen, and there's no way any of us, based upon what we see, can make a determination as to what the rating is. Oh my God, Echo Boy. That's not me. That's you, bro.
I don't hear an echo.
So
we went from hearing no nax to double nax.
Within the chat, our rule has been, hey, we don't try to suppose or determine what the rating of a tornado is.
Yeah, that's up to.
Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is, guys. It's because I turned on the desktop audio.
Okay.
For the video.
That's up to Tim Marshall and some of the other experts to go out there and do the surveys. Please, people, don't assume you know what the EF rating is just by damage videos and stuff like that. We got to get professionals.
Even the National Weather Service, the folks that are there, were like, hey, we've called in some experts. They are arriving beginning today, and they're going to get a chance to look at the debris field, look at the facts at the ground, and they will make a decision and a recommendation as to what the rating shall be. I will also ask you this. I don't know that it damn matters. It was a big tornado. There's no doubt about it, right? It caused substantial damage. But at the end of the day, it should not matter to us what the rating is, other than for the purpose of a label, right? Lives were lost. It was a long track, very large, very catastrophic tornado. That's all we need. And in chat, it does us no good to try to presuppose, try to second guess the experts and all that stuff. So deal with the facts that we have, and then we work from there.
I agree.
That's me.
While we're on the subject, we can knock these out really quick. All right. So this is from the National Weather Service in Paducah. This is from the National Weather Service in Paducah today. All right. September 10th tornado survey. Case to Mayfield. So this is the... You don't hear me? Okay. Might be the delays and all the screw-ups here. Anyways, this Case to Mayfield area already survey is currently underway at minimum EF3. Okay, that means EF3 or greater tornado damage from Case to Mayfield. This has been done already, and it's in the progress of happening. Survey will begin Monday in Mayfield. Okay, now I do know Tim Marshall is there, and they're already starting their survey, and I guarantee you Tim Marshall will have an impact on that. LBL to Dawson Springs survey will begin Monday. This is another area they're talking about potential EF5. These two areas in the yellow and the orange and the purple. And then Dawson Springs to Bremen, minimum EF3 damage. The survey's already started. All right, so that's where they are right now on the surveys. One thing I'll also show you is aerial surveys are being conducted by the National Weather Service in Paducah. There's a historic long track tornado in West Kentucky from southwest of Case to at least Beaver Dam. At least EF3 damage with maximum width of at least 3/4 of a mile. Okay. World-class expertise are arriving on Monday to assist with the surveying, wind speed / rating. Surveys will continue for the long track tornado as well as other tracks for the several days. These were issued today. Well, actually, this one was actually issued on the 11th, and then the one I showed you here was issued today. So yeah, we don't know what it is. All right, EF stands for Enhanced Fujita Scale. So that's getting that out of the way. That's where we're at with that. I'll put you guys back to just chatting here. Anybody want to add anything to that?
Yeah. As far as the Illinois tornado, that was rated EF3. Bowling Green, Kentucky, rated preliminary EF3. That's not, it's preliminary. They're not totally done yet. As far as Paducah, NWS, as far as the length of the path, they have already seen over 120-mile stretch of the tornado being on the ground, but they're working from their area outwards, so it's still nowhere confirmed, how long the path actually was. Some other details are saying somewhere around 140 miles on the ground, but it's not confirmed. That's preliminary. It's all up in the air until all these surveys get done, and that's very important to know. We got to wait till all of these surveys get done to get all of the facts. A lot of it's preliminary. They've seen it's at least this, but it could be more.
I think what I'm most happy to hear, or maybe not hear out of this, is I haven't heard an actuality yet from people saying it came without warning. That's the one that bothers the hell out of me the most, right? Is when you hear people say, God, it hit out, I had no idea it was coming, right? Because they just weren't weather aware. I'm so far, it's good to hear I haven't heard those kind of actualities out there yet. I'm sure they're there.
Actually, there was a lady that was working in the candle factory there at Mayfield, and she didn't get the alert.
I can also verify.
Even though she escaped, but her boyfriend didn't.
Yeah.
I can also.
That's the only case that I heard that they didn't have plenty of warning.
Yeah, and I can confirm, and you will see later in the video, there was no sirens going off in Mayfield at all. So that in itself is kind of concerning. Maybe they were going off beforehand. Maybe the roar of the tornado was drowning it out, because you will hear that. But when I got out of Mayfield, there was absolutely no sirens.
And that's a whole nother discussion.
Yeah, I want to touch on that a minute. People rely on them sirens, and they all have cell phones. Everybody's got cell phones. They should have their alerts on. They would get those notifications quicker than the sirens go off.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Oh, no, go ahead, Nick.
I was just saying, just after Joplin, there was a lot of discussion among the Weather Enterprise as to the type of indicator and the value placed upon the information it provided. So a siren, for example, indicates to people that something is up, but doesn't tell you what. And case in point, throughout a lot of areas, sirens are activated at a county-wide level, or maybe even broader, right? It's not specific messaging. And it came out that the more specific the message, the better people tend to heed and act upon it. So we talk about sirens all the time, but they're not the most effective at transiting, here's the information that's critical for you to know, right?
Exactly.
Just the sounding of a siren doesn't tell me for sure what it is. You got to remember, most of these were built for the purposes of warning us that the Ruskies were attacking, right? So, and you have failures, you have all that kind of stuff. So the multiple methods of information and warning obtainment is really important, at least for the folks that are watching us. Let's make sure we're not relying upon sirens for our families. Let's make sure we have our cell phones with some sort of warning device. Let's make sure we have the National Weather Radio or the NOAA Weather Radio in our house. Let's come up with multiple ways to get that kind of stuff, as opposed to relying upon a siren that's only intended to work outside and then doesn't convey a specific message or set of actions. Some of them nowadays have some messaging, have the announced voice and that sort of thing, but that's few and far between.
Personally, I have a tornado siren just south of me, one north of me by 1 mile. Each one of them's a mile or less away from me. And if I'm in my apartment, I can't hear them.
Yeah.
That's right, because they are intended to be outdoor warning sirens. That's what they're for.
Right.
Yeah.
Nico, chill out. He just wanted to be a part of this chat. He just wanted to say hi to you.
We love Nico.
Don't leave me out.
Nico.
What I was gonna say.
Nico.
What I was gonna say is those obviously those sirens were critical when we didn't have cell phones, and you guys have already touched on all that. Now we got the cell phones. The alert should be right. You guys have heard it already 3 or 4 times in the stream that we were just watching. So as long as you got a phone, you should be getting them warnings anyways. But I just thought it was peculiarly interesting that I never did hear them there. So anyways, moving on, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to this next map. So here we are. We're leaving. This is a little further north. Down here at the bottom left-hand corner is where we were parked, a little bit further. Okay, we got Union City here, and now we're heading up towards Mayfield. So we're driving on Interstate 69. It started in Fulton, I'm pretty sure, is where 69 started. For some reason, they don't call it 69. They call it Parkway something. Purchase Parkway, which is the stupidest crap I've ever heard of in my life. So we had to deal with that. Well, unbelievable. So, meanwhile, Nathan's freaking out because I got a tornado. And somebody asked how far that tornado was from me where I was parked. I would say about 2 miles, if I had to guess. And through this whole journey, you can see the tornado is getting closer and closer to the path of the interstate. I can tell you right now, there was at least 2 times that I looked off to my left and saw the tornado as I was driving towards Mayfield. So that sucker was on the ground the entire time, from the point I saw it up to Mayfield. So I don't have a whole lot to talk in this area other than I am flying. I'm trying to get ahead of the tornado. And I've got my plan. I put my plan into my head when I was sitting there at the place we were stopped. Okay. I always have a plan in my head. Every single time. I just want you guys to know now. I always have a plan of attack. I have a planned route. I have a plan that is going to get us to the next spot to see the next view. I always think ahead. When I get to one stop, I immediately go to the next stop. What are we doing after this? What's going on after this? I immediately start that plan. And what I love about having Barry with me is Barry will then come in with what he's saying. And I can at that point say, oh, he's right where I'm thinking. Or he's thinking something different. Maybe I should look into that a little bit. Or I'm just gonna do what I want to do. I mean, it's really those it's those three options. So in this point in time, I had said, let's get on 121 South out of Mayfield, and let's go sit there. Now, Barry immediately came in, said the exact same thing. 121 South, you can go move southeast. We can park. We'll have a great view of this thing. All right, so we're going to go ahead and switch slides, and we'll start talking about this before we watch the video. So here we are. Now we got to zoom in of Mayfield. All right. I've been rolling this through my head a million times. I have not slept in 3 days, to be honest with you. I got a good 5 hours off and on sleep in the car one night, but it just keeps rattling in the back of my head. And as I was doing this today, I think I got myself some clarity on what I did wrong. Okay, so anyway, so I'm coming up 69 here, right? Now, if you look right here where I got the circle, this says 121. This is what I saw when I was trying to come up with my plan. I was going to take 121, and I think this is what Barry saw too. And we were going to come sit over here, right? This would have been a safe spot. Tornadoes coming this way. Here's the red line. This is the tornado path. We're out of harm's way, right? That is what should have happened. Well, unfortunately, that's not what happened, okay? Because I was going up here. I saw 121. I saw this road. I either wasn't zoomed in enough or I didn't see it. Now, initially, I thought, and I told a lot of my mods this, is I thought there was 2 different 121 exits. That's not the case, all right? After going back and doing this road here is 80 that turns into 121. This is where I should have exited.
On the
No, we're
picture.
not.
Okay.
I can't. But if you look at the blue line on this map, this is where I should have exited. Okay, and it's 80. And where you see the blue circle, it says right there 121. All right, so this is the path I should have taken. And it would have been a safe. We would have had good views. We would have been exactly where I wanted to be. That was the plan. And somehow where I screwed up is I thought this was 121 going all the way back to here. I didn't know about this other 121. So what happens is this 121 actually goes up and around here and then turns into 121 here. Okay? So it was actually 80 is where I should have gotten off of, which turned into 121, and I should have gone southeast. That didn't happen. So you can see if we would have gone that route, we would have stayed out of harm's way. All right? But instead, I missed this. And here we are at this point, and we're making this turn to the north. And I started at that point saying to myself, this isn't what I pictured in my head when I was parked. So right around this point, as we're starting to go north on this 69, which is across the tornado path, and we're heading up following the yellow line that you guys see, following the highlighted yellow. This is the path that we actually took. Went north, got off at 121, right? Well, as soon as I got off of there, well, let me switch over then. Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. There was where I kind of made a mistake. That exit on the southwest side, which was 80, when I was looking at it on the map, it was showing 121 until I zoomed in. And this was right around the time we started losing communication, and I couldn't get to you on Zello in time to catch that first exit.
Yeah. Well, I didn't.
And your beacon wasn't really great through here either, as I recall.
Right.
No, data was real sketchy because he was underneath the edge of the storm.
Yeah.
Right. And, I did the same thing. I didn't zoom in enough. I just figured 121, right? Easy.
Right.
I could easily see where you made the mistake. And after I even sent Nax a message earlier today as I was mapping this, I said, this is giving me anxiety just mapping this. I was all sorts of wrong. So anyways, we go back to the map. Here I am. I'm way up here now. I'm the north side of the path. The worst place I could have possibly been for what I was trying to do. Even if I would have just, the best play at this point would have been just staying on the highway, on the interstate, and just getting the hell out of Dodge, right? But no, I'm thinking I'm going to get off at 121, and I'm going to go southeast, and I'm going to be in the perfect position. That's still in my head. Even though I was a little getting confused here, it was still in my head that was the right play. So we got up here. Barry, you'll see in the video, Barry's like, get off at 121, da-da-da-da. So I'm like, our plan's still in play. This sounds great. So I get off at 121. And you can see the direction that this thing's going. It immediately curves down to the north. And then when you watch the video, you're going to see I immediately drive into that CG field that we were talking about earlier, which we knew right on the other side of the CG field was the tornado, right? So I immediately drive into the CG field, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, God, what have I done? I've screwed up something bad. I'm driving into this tornado right now, and I have no idea how the hell to get out of here. Communications suck. And you'll hear the tornado. You're gonna hear the roar. And needless to say, as we kept moving down 121, we blew some red lights. We were trying to get the hell out of there, and we got to the point where finally I had the decision to make. Now, going back and looking at it, I was a little turned around. South probably would have been just fine. But at that time, I thought I was driving more closely into the tornado. We still went right through the path, guys. I can't even tell you where this yellow and the red cross right here. Oh, shit. That had to have been minutes after I drove through there. Minutes, because you could hear the tornado. So I made this turn down 58. I saw east, and I said to myself, and I told everybody, I said, I think east was the right decision. Well, turns out, after going through this map, I should have gone straight, and I would have been completely out of harm's way. You could see I would have gone straight south and ran into the blue line. I should have just stayed on 121, and we would have been great. But instead, go ahead. Let me switch scenes here. Go ahead.
Where was it where you came to a stop, and someone drove upon you while you were sitting there, and you guys conversed about it's already passed?
The emergency manager? I haven't got there yet.
Okay. Sorry. I didn't want to miss that part. Sorry.
Nope, haven't got there. So we got on, here we are, and again, I think I told Lisa, I told everybody, if I would have gone straight there, I thought I would have been driving into the tornado. But I saw the east sign, right? So I turned left. I'm like, east has to be good, right? So I turned left, and it really wasn't probably the best decision. So here we are, we're turning left, and now we're paralleling the tornado in its path again, and we're cruising down 58, and guys, I am going fast. I'm not even kidding. I am braking. I'm probably going double the speed limit because I am, at this point, I am freaking out. I literally, it crossed my mind that I need to call my kids, tell them I love them. I didn't know if I was going to get out of this. So I got really quiet, which is what I do when I get nervous. I shut up and try to really focus. And so I drove all the way down here 55. I actually got passed by a cop when I was going double the speed limit. And I'm like, God, this guy's not, you'll hear it. I'm going to play it for you. Stop.
Before you go any further.
Okay.
There's something I got to say.
Go ahead.
Okay. I was waiting for it to switch scenes. Now, this path of this thing was going northeast ever since Arkansas. It was going northeast. But I told Nathan it was going to make a right turn. And it did. When it got to Wango, it made a right turn, a little bit of a right turn, and started heading right for Mayfield. where and what his graphic don't show is exactly where the tornado was when he decided to turn on 58 East. And to tell you the truth, in my opinion, from what I remember, if he would have went straight, he would have still got caught by the edge of the tornado. It was that close to him. It was that close to him when he turned. And he says, and he hollered for me on Zello, and he said, "What about 58 East?" And I said, "Take it. Get out of there." And I still think that was the right play, because I think if you would have kept heading south for 121, the side of that tornado would have got you as wide as that thing was.
Yeah. I got a couple of cool graphics that are going to show the building damage versus the path and where I drove. I actually got some graphics of that.
Cool question someone asked real quick is, what was the gap between the road you were on and the center line of the nadir?
Less than a mile.
I think it's less than that. A long ways. You're going on 58 hauling tail, right? What do you think what is the distance between you and
the parallel line?
Yeah,
it's pretty close because I had debris falling, and that road, as you'll see, had a bunch of debris on it when I came back.
Yeah,
you even said you seen it in your rearview mirror.
You
seen debris flying.
I swear to God, I saw things flying in the rearview mirror. Now I don't have any video of that.
It was.
It's close enough. I'm willing to agree. You had to have.
That's why I say if he would have continued south, I don't think he would have been safe anyway. It was that close to him.
Yeah.
South, he would have been okay. It was the east road. No. It was the east road that went northeast. That caused the grief, right?
But one thing I want to point out was one of the reports before it got to Wingo, which was the highest gate-to-gate shear that I've ever seen. It equated to 360 some mile per hour gate-to-gate shear. That's when it turned right. It also sped up from 45 knots to 63 knots. So this thing's gaining speed on Nathan. He can't drive fast enough going south without getting hit by it.
Yeah. And one thing, Nax sent me a graphic. The National Weather Service confirmed that it was the strongest gate-to-gate mile per hour speed, 5,000 up, in the history of tornadoes.
In the history of Doppler radar.
Yeah, Doppler radar.
Yeah. It was previously held between Greensburg and Tuscaloosa, were the two most modern that were anywhere near it, and this thing was up and above them.
Okay, gate-to-gate shear, people, if you don't know. It's you take the winds going one direction and the winds going the opposite direction, and you add them together, and that's gate-to-gate shear. So we had winds well over 150 mile per hour going in each direction at a close, tight point. That's your gate-to-gate shear.
Yeah. Inflow versus outflow.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that was actually too right around the time that you lost almost every modem except for one. And you came back because one of the modems decided to actually start to work. You came back, but the scene was just black. I went into your live view and reset your live view stream, and we came back as you were flying down that road for maybe 10-15 seconds, and all I heard was that motor on that car just rolling, and then we went to be right back, and then I lost everything on that modem. So if there was a couple seconds there that I brought it back that we could hear you flying, so I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah,
you guys are going to be in for the treat here going through town. I'll tell you that. It's pretty nuts.
Because I think you're going to show us video that we haven't seen.
Right.
Also, I want to add to that gate-to-gate shear that was where the closed circulation was that high. But hundreds of feet away, up to a mile away, was over 100-mile-per-hour winds all around that circulation. It was a broad, really broad wind field.
Yeah. So real quick, I'll go through these, and then we'll get into the video. We'll skip through and watch the best parts and talk a little bit about it. Right. This is how you guys, like I said, you saw my little tornado graphic here, right? You see kind of like the little bit of a right turn in here. You see the streets. This is Broadway and 6th right here. It's Broadway and 6th. All right. Now, if we go to this image right here, all right, every one of these houses in red have been destroyed. Okay. Every single one of these houses in red that you see have been destroyed. Now, here's Broadway. Here's 6th. As you move away from Broadway and 6th down here in the corner, you start to see a lot less damage and buildings not red. And they're not included in this graphic because I'm guessing this area didn't get hit as hard. So that's where I'm coming up with my path through Mayfield. Yeah. So if you look through here again, you'll see my path. And here's Broadway and here's 6th. So I'm trying to think of a center. I'm thinking this is the path, and these areas down here didn't get hit as much. And that's exactly what we saw. When I came out, Nax was helping me get out of there. We came through this area. When I came south off of 58 to get out of there, not much damage. But anytime we went north, forget about it. So I'm pretty confident on this tornado path in here. Obviously, I can't draw a perfect line with the stupid pen, but you get a gist. I think it's pretty damn close to accurate. And so there is that. Now, here's a radar still right before it hit Mayfield. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that, unfortunately, guys. I don't know how to tell. I don't know how to fix that, unfortunately. No. Yeah, I mean, it's too late now. I mean, by the time I do all that, it's going to be, I don't want to keep Billy here till 10. But just know, right through the center town is Broadway. And right through, and going south of town, right through the center town, is 6th Street. All right? You can kind of see it on this map. It's two of the main roads. You go back to this damage by Mayfield, and you can see Broadway. You can see 6th. You can see where that damage path was. You can kind of mentally make this picture in your head where the tornado went. Here's a radar still of it right before it hit Mayfield. You can see where 121 was. You can see where I came in on 69. It obviously crossed right where I drove. And then here's a little radar video for you. And this will show it going right through Mayfield. It looks to me, if you watch this over and over, which I've watched it about 80 times, it looks to me like the first thing I want to say is that anytime you look at a hook like that, all right, the tornado, most of the time, you look at the hook part, just that hook part, the tornado most of the time is going to be on the northern edge of that hook. All right, that's where the worst part of the tornado is going to be. Yeah. And so if you look at this, you can kind of see as well, you can see 51 that goes east of there, or 58, sorry. And you can see the tornado paralleling 58. And you can see the northern edge. Yeah. But the biggest thing I'm trying to say is you look at radar, you look at the damaged buildings. The northern part of Mayfield was the part that got hurt the most. And so that's what I was trying to get through on that. So again, you go back to the map here. I drove the red line goes through pretty much the northern part of, and then parallels. It might have even been a little closer to 58 than my little drawing here. But if you think of a mile wide, you know, I think that's pretty legit. The two red circles that you see, the first one on the bottom, that is, well, there's 3 red circles. I apologize. The 2 that are close to Mayfield, the one on the bottom, is the gas station area that we could not pass to get back to Mayfield. The little one, yeah. The one above that, that goes right through the path, that's where we stopped and we helped the family. And that's where we had damage, and all the houses were destroyed. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And then the red circle at the end there, that is where I turned. And when I made that left turn, that is where I was parked talking to the emergency manager. So right there, and that is where he says, I think the tornado's passed us. And I said, well, no, I think it had. And my thought process is, I'm going to turn here, and I'm just going to try to get to the interstate and get the hell out of here. That's my thought process. As I was going north on that road, which is 301, I think, as I was going north on that road, the damage was getting... I had damage falling on my car. That's where it was hitting my car.
Great content as usual.
Yeah. So that's where the damage was hitting my car, and then I was starting to see more on the stream, and I said, "Uh-oh." At that point, I had no data. I didn't know if I was running into it again or what was going on. I mean, at this point, I didn't even know Mayfield had been hit, right? I heard the roar. I was really scared. I had a good feeling something wasn't good there, but I hadn't even noticed at this point I was hit. Now, keep in mind, I was going down 58, 100 miles per hour, at least at times, sometimes smaller. But I was really hightailing it out of there, and you'll see some of that. I don't know if we'll play it all because it takes a lot of time, but you'll be able to see for sure all of it on YouTube. But that's what I did. I got up there. The debris, a couple of pieces of debris hit the car. You'll hear a couple loud bangs. And I said, nope. And I stopped and I turned around. And I went back towards Mayfield. I'm like, well, I guess we're going to find out if Mayfield got hit. Because you know what? One thing I do know for sure going back, there was not going to be a tornado I was going to run into. So I was 100% feeling safe at that point that I was not going to get hit by a tornado. We're headed back to Mayfield, and now we'll just see what happens. And we have damage on the way back. We had trees, we had power lines, we had to circle around. And then we obviously got stopped at those 2 circles. So now we'll go ahead and play some video. Let me turn off desktop. Get this off. Oh, I got to turn it on. Boom. All right. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to skip ahead till we get to Mayfield. Maybe a little bit before that. I'll make sure I get to the right spot here. Okay, back. Okay, might have to go.
You know, somebody in chat had said that Mayfield got hammered, but there were so many people posting unconfirmed information in the chat, I ignored it.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Still over there.
Northeast option.
Yep, that's where I saw the tornado. You heard me just say right there. Oh shit, still over there.
Same road. Same road you're on. Go northeast out of Union City.
Okay, I hadn't even made it to Union City there, so let's keep going.
Or they might be setting people.
Oh,
That was the exit you should have taken right there.
no, that was Union City.
Okay.
That was way before. One thing I will say, if you watch that, you'll see a ton of emergency.
CGs.
You'll see a ton of emergency people in Union City. So.
Yeah, I remember that. Man, that lightning was so intense.
Nope.
Ramp.
Yeah, I'm in Fulton here in about a mile. You said there's an interstate going north somewhere around here?
All right, I think.
That's where
Okay, this is where we're in Felton. Yeah, we're in Felton. So we still got a ways to go. This is where I got in that Parkway.
Purchase Parkway.
Yeah.
Oh, shit!
All right. This is where we get off of back up just a little bit.
Oh, shit!
Almost like chasing in Nebraska, that much lightning.
I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to let you guys listen to this. I would because I've said everything mostly I want to say. I would turn up your headphones. Get a good listen to this.
Oh my god! Holy shit! Oh my god!
Yeah, but does it mention the town of Stella? It probably mentioned Murray.
Oh shit! These are freaking close!
I don't know if you're going to be able to get out of the way of this thing in time to take 121. I didn't know you ended up on the north side of town.
I'm on 121. And I ain't waiting for this red light. Screw it.
Yeah, it was getting really close to you at this point.
Where's this thing going?
4 of them.
Take it. Get on 58 East. Get out of there. You can't wrap all the way around to the other road.
Junction 131, keep going east.
Yeah, keep going east. Get out of there. This thing's almost right on top of you. Look at the direction of those leaves. That was inflow.
Yeah, that's all inflow. That's like a clue, man. Holy shit.
At this point, the tornado was parallel.
Yeah. Behind him a little bit, based upon the angle of the inflow.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, that tornado was moving over 70 miles per hour. Yeah, I knew, even though the road said east, I knew it was going northeast, but slowly the tornado and you was getting a little further.
There's a police officer right behind me. miles an hour and a cop passes me.
It was about the time I think the tornado was getting close to Benton.
Shit is real when you hit going to 80 miles an hour and a cop passes me.
Whatever.
That,
No, you definitely did.
I was going to say that's conservative.
Yeah. There's no way for us to know whether he was responding to a call or what. He doesn't need a reason.
I'm literally going 80 miles an hour in this road.
I dare say by this time he's headed up to 301
Are you crazy? You're gonna pull me over?
that area somewhere because
And he just
it had
flew right
already
by me.
hit
He's
it.
like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
Trying to
You're
lock
crazy.
it down.
That was right when your stream came back for a little bit right in here.
Yeah, for a few seconds.
All right.
Yeah, you can see the leaves on the road aren't blowing anywhere. You know, it's like dead air right there. I was having a hard time finding you on the map.
Yeah, we had this on stream as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is about the time for the emergency
Hey.
manager.
Yeah, yeah. I'm actually chasing. Yeah. 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 I was gonna wait a few minutes and head towards Benton. Yeah, it was right behind me just a minute ago. It was right behind me by Mayfield. Oh man, right on my tail. This inflow is insane. What's that? Yeah. I'm gonna get moving. Peace out.
Peace out.
This freaking car told me what direction you're going. It would be freaking nice.
So what did you do there? Did you continue on 131 North now? Is that what you've done? Okay, all right. All right.
I like that. You're talking to an emergency manager and you tell him to peace out.
Peace out. There's stuff falling.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say we're getting close to the RFD.
He's close to the debris field, but notice the lights are still on in that house. Right? There's still power there.
I'm out of here. Screw this.
Well, like I say,
I'm done.
the strong wind field was way over a mile wide.
I'm done.
You know, that's way from the tornado. When you look at wind velocities, how wide that strong wind field over 100 mile per hour was, it's incredible.
Still stuff falling.
So Nathan, now that you're home safe, how cool was that?
Hey, your audio is not coming over stream, by the way. No, it's not.
So at this point, I'm like, we've moved, we turned left. As I was parked at that area talking to emergency management, I felt, at that point, my anxiety was dropping. I was starting to feel more comfortable. I felt like I was getting away from the tornado. I decided to make that left turn to move north. As you guys saw, as we were moving north, you heard a couple of large bangs, a couple of debris things, some stuff hit the car. And it seemed like it was progressively getting worse as I was going north. And at that point, it seemed as I was like, you know what? This isn't worth it. I'm done. I know if I turn around, I'm going to be going away from the tornado. And at this point, I was just stressed out. I'm like, I've had enough. So now we turned around, we start headed back. And my thought process is, let's see what happened to Mayfield. We'll see if they got hit. And we'll go from there. As you can see, guys, we drove through here just 10 minutes prior. Right? And you're already starting to see more damage on the road than when I drove through here. So immediately I was going up, I'm going, okay, we got to slow down.
All right, Barry, you there? I'm back, bud.
And got to watch out for...
Finally, man, that was scary.
Yeah, that was scary. Really freaking scary.
Man, this thing's got one whale of a hook on it. Got a debris ball on it. And it's headed right for Benton.
I know for me, sitting here in a while,
I got hit by the debris, bro. That's why I turned around.
going there for a while.
I had two really loud cracks on the car, and I turned around.
Oh, I didn't know you turned around.
Yeah, dude, like I said, I had debris hit the car, two really loud cracks, and I said, screw this, and turned around. I headed back towards Mayfield.
Okay, it sure looks like Mayfield got hit. So you might want to check for some video possibilities there at Mayfield.
Alright, let me fast forward a little bit of this. I'll try to stop where I see some of the debris.
Shit! Oh. I should be able to make it across that.
Always stop and evaluate before you drive across something. You never know. That's from doing lots of hurricanes, you learn that.
Yeah, and that wasn't even there just a few minutes ago.
No.
And I'm sure that behind you, there was still debris falling.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Come on, you stupid phone. Lots of debris here, guys. Lots of debris if you're back. I don't have chat right now. I'm sorry. Just had to drive over 2 big frickin' trees down.
At that point, Nathan,
Yeah.
I was screaming at my screen. That's because Verizon is completely down.
Oh, this is
Power lines. Fuck.
that was something you do not do, chat.
Excuse my language.
I just drove over 2 power lines and I didn't even know if they were hot. If you look off to the left and the right, you'll see more and more damage.
Yeah, it was confirmed some cell towers got knocked out.
More trees down.
And there are some towers that don't have power backup.
A lot of them don't.
My God.
This is when I started to realize this isn't good.
And the lights aren't on anymore.
No.
Right. Things are darker.
Yeah, at this point, anybody that's got power has probably got backups. And this road, this is not in a direct path. This is off to the south side of the path. I didn't measure it out, I'm not sure. But
It's under half a mile most of the time.
is it?
Yeah. For the edge, I would be willing to bet. Just really, really close.
That garage door ripped right there. That was the first sign I said, uh-oh.
Yeah, as you're driving this direction, you're getting closer and closer to the path.
Oh, but wait, he turns north.
Yeah, it's on 131. You still got that line to play with. This one was still out ahead of the line. So, there's
Apparently
some
Barry didn't hear me at that point saying, I'm fucking done.
still coming at you from the line.
Dude, I'm dodging
No, I didn't
trees
hear that.
and tree damage all over the place. I don't even know if I'm going to get out of here. So far, I've been
Yeah, the
lucky.
road you turn north on is 131 up ahead.
There's another one. Oh, holy crap. You know, Mayfield
really got hammered. I got that report, but it doesn't go into detail.
Well, I'm going into Mayfield right now. I don't know what I'm gonna find, but lots of tree damage. Also ran into multiple power lines that were down.
People signaling you on the road here.
There was a huge debris signature when it went over Mayfield. So, it ain't gonna be hard to find it.
Everybody okay?
I remember seeing this on your stream.
Yeah, we had, stream came back a couple of seconds before that.
Yeah, it is
What was that, a batting
damage
cage?
all over the place, dude.
Or a soccer net?
And here I'm seeing a lot of damage, and I'm like,
Well, the SBC
Not
got this
too
one
bad.
right when they mentioned it. This
I mean,
here in
I've definitely
northeast
seen much
Arkansas
much
was going
worse.
to be a long tracker. This thing's been tour worn for over an hour and still going, and it's crossed through 4 states already.
So at this point, I'm kind of holding out hope. Yeah, there's damage, but this is manageable.
I want to remind everybody in chat, no matter what you read, it is not confirmed yet. It's going to be a few more days before we get confirmation how strong this EF scale was on this one.
I'll give you some thoughts when I'm done, chat. We're getting kind of
First
close to
line
the
just
end.
went over top of me. You're on that second line. There's the third line back behind it.
Yeah, there's lots. Street signs, damage. Holy shit. Well, this is dead end.
Okay, this is one.
Well,
Look at the stuff hanging from the power lines.
Yeah, yeah.
And you had just driven through there. You might have got around that if you was in your Jeep.
No, well, video's not over yet. Now we're going down 131. Not very far.
alright, I'm on 131 North. I don't know if we're going to be able to try and help me get the hell out of here, but that last road is blocked. I can't get through.
Okay, 131 North will take you up to that I-69, that Purchase Parkway.
What?
Oh my God, Barry.
Not right now. I'm busy. Gotta go.
This is bad.
This is where I looked off to the left, and shit was really bad.
You can't take 131 North?
I think there was a
No, dude,
an
everything's
RV
destroyed here.
business on the right side.
Oh, there's a power line. There's a power line. Yes, that's true. You'll see a power line in the road right here. You can see flashlight. If you look
Oh,
closely,
damn.
you can see.
Your stream's down. You looks like you ain't got no data at all. Or I take no data at all.
if you look off the
You let
left,
them
you'll see
know
people with
what's going on so
flashlights
they're
doing
aware?
search and rescue occasionally.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to pause this really quick, and I want to preface this to you guys. There was people here that needed some help. A man, his wife or girlfriend, and an infant baby. What happened is I got out of the car. I went to go see if they were okay. Wanted to see if they were doing just fine. I went out there, and they were sitting in the middle of the road. And so I asked, "Are you guys okay? Anything I can do to help?" They said they're okay. And as I was talking to them a little bit, I noticed big time scent of gas smell. It's a token smell that you get pretty much with every tornado. I've seen three or four damage situations, whatever this turns out to be, and every one of them have had the same smell. If you guys watched Linwood, when I went into Linwood, I actually threw up from the smell. It's just horrible smell. So anyways, so I'm in there and I'm talking to them.
It's Mercapta.
Okay, yep. So I'm in there talking to them, and I said, we probably should try to get you guys out of here. And I said, they had a car that was in their lawn. I wish you could see it. I don't think you're gonna be able to see it. You might be able to, but there was a car in the lawn, and I said, did you guys park the car there? Because it was on its, didn't look like it had a lot of damage. It was on its wheels, and they're like, no, the tornado put it there. I'm like, okay, well, it looks like it just moved it, so it should still be drivable. You got a key. And she's like, no, I got a key to my car though. And I said, well, where's your car? And she said, right there. And it was literally wrapped like a paper clip around a tree, upside down. And I said, okay, that's out. Do you have the keys for this car? And she's like, no, we can't find them. And I said, all right, well, that's not. And right as she was saying that, one of the walls of their house collapses. And just a loud bang. And I'm like, all right, look, dude, we got this smell. We got to get you guys out of here. I brought him back. As I was bringing him back, the man who was holding the infant almost runs into the power line. I had to stop him and was like, dude. So they came back. I took him back to the gas station, which wasn't too far back, as you saw. But at that point, they kind of said they were going to walk towards Mayfield because I couldn't get in there. I didn't know what I was doing, if I was going to be stuck there or not. They said they wanted to walk towards Mayfield. They knew people. The man was very upset that he had no help. And I tried to calm him down. And I said, look, here's the deal. Everything's going to be destroyed. And they're probably all tied up. There's not a whole lot you can do at this point except wait. And unfortunately, with this tornado being long, I mean, it's tied up a lot of resources. I was just trying to calm him down. He didn't want to hear it. And that's fine. But he just felt like somebody should have been there helping him. There is 3 or 4 houses along the left area here that were completely destroyed. As I said, the one house there, the wall collapsed while we were standing there. So yeah, I just wanted to let you know what was going on there. We'll go ahead and we'll play the video. There is a little bit of a time I'm there talking to him. So
yeah, I'd like to add too. At that point, the 911 call center was down because they got nailed. The fire department was nailed and part of it collapsed.
Yeah,
and
this is bad.
They was having to wait for rescuers to rescue the firemen at the main fire department. So, and then with the candle factory collapsing, with over 100 people that was at work that night.
Get around that way, because I'm sure the tornado's gone through by now.
Their resources were all tied up.
Might be what I have to do.
Yeah, it's way up past Benton now, but I tell you what, there was a big debris ball around Benton too. So, I don't know, you may possibly get back up there.
I mean, even the police department got hit, and they lost a couple of vehicles.
And then go south.
That was there at the police department.
Looks like you could maybe get over to State Route 641 and go south out of Benton.
Nathan, should we hold off on bringing you back live, or are you okay if what you're in is visible?
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna
interesting.
have to
There's
take
no
off,
emergency personnel
but
here right now.
I want to
None.
publicly say thank you, Nax,
And
for really helping out that night, getting
so I don't
Nathan
know what
out
to
of
say
there.
right now, to be honest
At that
with you.
point, I was lost, so I really appreciate you being there to help get him out.
Well, you're out of
And,
town a bit.
I'll
so
catch
they may
everybody
be kind of
later.
focused
I gotta
in
run.
the city.
Okay,
or in the
Barry.
community,
Thank
so
you, Sam.
You let us know.
Thank you, Barry. Good night.
All right, Barry. Good night.
I mean, there's nothing right here. I don't know why we can't. There's something in the road in front of me, but everything's destroyed.
Copy that. Well, we've got you live now, so don't move.
Don't move.
They're doing search and rescue up in the hill over here on the left.
So what I was concerned about, if you want to pause for just a moment,
Yep.
was we got some video, right? We've got it in here, but we weren't sure what we would get, right? And I was trying to get you to tell me, hey, is this stuff you want to take to air, or is it too intense and maybe we should not? We were going to leave it on Be Right Back until you told us, yeah, hey, there's nothing here that's not inappropriate, right? Because we couldn't tell what you were going to see for sure. So
Yeah, my worries was I could tell because I was looking at the viewfinder quite often there. The viewfinder wasn't picking up anything that was in there.
yeah,
And my thought was, well, if it can't pick it up, we're probably okay to run it live. If it would have picked up what you could see in there, it would have been questionable because I didn't know if anybody was hurt at that point. And the last thing we want is somebody hurt on the stream.
exactly. And that was my comment about don't move, right? Was, hey, right now this looks clean, so don't move. But I don't know what's in the ditches, right?
Yeah.
We can't see it well.
When I seen the feed starting to come back, and I got the feed for maybe 5 to 6 seconds before it went live, I'd seen that where it was just black. It didn't show anything. I figured it would be fine, but I didn't have Zello access. That's why we asked if you wanted to bring it live, and then Nax said, "Don't move," because
You can see the car in the obviously not pointed the right way.
No, we can't tell that it's not pointed the right way.
Well, it's definitely not on the driveway.
Well, but some people have little turnoffs, right? I mean,
yeah.
From here, we can't
Yeah.
tell. We just,
And even then, when I was up there, I was kind of like, "Did you guys park that there?" Because it was right. It was like it just did a 95-degree turn off the driveway into the lawn.
yeah.
You can kind of
Kentucky. We've done sillier things.
Yeah, you can kind of pick out some of the damage on the left. You can see flashlights way in there at times.
We're gonna be out of the car for a minute if it comes back.
Copy that.
your stream was still up.
So Barry, did I understand you couldn't go further west on 58 either?
Yeah, that's the reason why he got stopped there at 131. He was trying to get back into Mayfield on 58, but he couldn't go any further, and 131's closed as well.
Okay. It looks like another option might be if he goes east just past the airport. He might be able to go back north and get on 69 there. We'll let him decide what he's going to do first.
That's 31 just passed.
Probably just skip ahead until we get to the point where they start walking back. That's when they started walking back. They almost walked into the power line, which is kind of crazy.
Some stress occlusion, visual occlusion. Quite common.
Looks like KHPX, Fort Kentucky, be the next nearest one.
All right, this is back at the gas station. Again, I skipped the stuff in the car. That's the stuff you didn't need to hear. So.
Holy shit. What up, man?
No. Okay. It's right there at the concrete. They said there's lines down. You can't get across the road. So I turned back around. Ooh, he's vicious.
He thinks he is.
So I'm trying to. I guess you still can't go down.
Nope. I was just there, and there's a bunch of houses destroyed down there.
Guy just told me he made it around Williams Lane, or go down Bird Road and go around Williams Lane and come out down here on 1710, and you can make it into town.
All right. Well,
that's the way I'm going.
How's town looking? Is it all right? How's town? Is it all right?
I haven't made it there yet. That's what I was off shift, and that's when I'm coming into shift, and I can't get there.
All right. Well, let me get out of here.
It's pretty bad. I just talked to my chief, and he said he's 4 blocks away. City Hall. He's getting off the rest of the way.
Oh my God. No, you can't.
Go out that way.
That's where he said the city chief said the town was destroyed. Well, here I am trying to back up through this shit.
And you're such a good backer-upper to begin with, right?
Oh, yeah. I love it.
Wasn't a fence involved at one point?
He hit the fence going forward, dude. That's EF Nathan damage.
Me being the ice addict that I am, could have grabbed some ice.
I think we're gonna need that. You mean Scuff Nax? I give you guys some of the most hilarious content known.
And that's one of your mods.
I know.
Yeah, man, damn, Woodsy.
Notice the door was open right there. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to that door. Notice the doors open on the RV? Or no, maybe it was just pushed out.
That's a slide out.
Yeah. Alright, so this is where we got to the point where Nax started helping me get out of there. Again, I wanted to kind of keep this to 10 o'clock.
This is for it.
The road, he had me go
This
up.
is for it.
I went down this stupid road,
I'm not sure the road
which
you're
was
on
dumb.
continues very much further.
But I was thinking to myself, maybe this car can get me into town.
Double back
So I was
and then
following
up
it.
and
This was a horse path.
Yeah, this is where it ended. So I was like,
In fact, scroll back just a little bit. I even tell you.
And I couldn't get through. So we had to flip a UE and back out of that, which was great. And they just got out of the car and said they'll walk from there.
I'm not sure the road you're on continues very much further. I think you have a double back, and then it may end right there.
Well,
And
this
it
is
did.
Ellison Road, and this is what they suggested. They say it was a back way to get through.
I'm guessing he
God,
would
that
have
guy
thought.
fell into a freaking garage. Maybe not.
I'm guessing the guy went through that dirt right there. I don't know.
Man, on Google Maps, your beacon's jumping all over the place. I did have you in Mayfield. Now I got you at the airport.
We've got the stream back up.
All right, so again, Nax kind of gets me out of there. See some minor damage on the way south. Not as bad as north.
Just people are.
There's
No
some power
can do,
lines.
power lines, trees in the road. That is a no. Turning around.
So that option was a no.
Max, is that 301?
Yeah, it's the one we were talking about earlier. I'm getting him other options to maybe try. Okay. And just FYI, about 200 people are trapped at a factory in the city of. So that's where everybody's focused right now, is that search and rescue for that. All right, so Bird Road.
Okay, so we got out. Not really a whole lot to see here. One thing I do want to show you, which I thought was interesting. I sat here for a little bit. I was worn out. I collected my thoughts. I really cut that out, so you guys didn't see much of that, but I wanted to... Maybe I did. Well, shit, I thought I did, but it's still in there. I'll have to re-edit it. Well, I just kind of sat there and collected my thoughts. And then... Oh, I deleted the wrong part. There was a part in there with the railroad and the derailed train. And we went through that, but that'll be in the YouTube if you guys want to take a look at that. So yeah, that's pretty much. Let me get. That's pretty much a gist of the night. I think we've gone through all the images I have. I'm trying to think if there's anything I missed. If you guys got any questions for any of us, now's the time to ask. We can answer questions for 10 minutes or so. And if you two have anything you want to add, Yeah. So, anybody got any questions? Anything they want to know? Now's the time to ask. I'm sure I thought I saw about 75 million questions. Hey, Nico. As this went on. What happened with the Missouri tornadoes? Oh, what happened with the Missouri tornadoes? I don't know much, honestly. I was so wrapped up in this. I don't have much information. I know one that went through Missouri and went into Illinois. I think it hit an Amazon place, right? And that was rated an EF3. Preliminary. Do you guys got any info?
Yeah, I think for Missouri right now we're standing at a total of 2 fatalities so far.
I made it back.
Oh, welcome back. But I'm getting Mr. Roboto voice again.
Hey, welcome back, Barry. Do I need to turn off? What do I need to do? I need to turn off me? Yeah, desktop audio. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Sorry, my bad, guys. Fixed. Max is giving me that look like, come on, dude.
Come on, nerd. This is not how it went in rehearsal.
What rehearsal?
Exactly.
This went from, anyways.
I will say, at the very beginning, when this cell popped up right close to Little Rock, Arkansas, it didn't look like it was going to do much. You know, I wasn't too excited about it until it got up there close to Jonesboro. And the storm itself, not the tornado, the storm itself traveled from Little Rock, Arkansas, all the way to the Ohio River up here at south central Ohio.
That's
and
insane.
It was tornado emergency warned multiple times, TOR-R multiple times. Even south of Louisville, it was TOR-R. So, but we got to wait for the official survey to give us, just how long it was actually on the ground. Was it multiple tornadoes? Was it just one? How big it was? We just got to wait. Yep. It's going to take days, folks.
Yeah. Let me get to.
I'm going to address the question in chat about the gas smell.
Okay.
So, the gas smell comes from the fact that the tornado goes through and does damage, and people have gas appliances, right? Or you may have, at certain points, gas pipelines must come above ground for a state a junction point or something like that. Ultimately, the gas companies ADMR capped them to the gas lines so that it's more odorous to human, and it's a sulfurous type compound. It's not meant to be pleasant. It's meant to be somewhat displeasant, so that people will move away from it. So I don't know if you played it, but one of the things that you talked about when you told us that there was gas smell in the air, one of the things that I went back to you with is, okay, if people are walking around in there, tell them to stay out of the low spots, because the gas will settle.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Into the low spots, right? As a hazmat tech, that's one of the things we talk to people about is, hey, if you smell it, get away from it, but don't go walking into low lying areas, because that's where it will collect. So the smell you smell isn't harmful by itself. The gas that the smell is combined with is the problem child. It can displace oxygen if it's in an enclosed space, or if it fills a low void of ground. You can get down low enough, and the gas will be in there thick enough to displace oxygen and can cause a low oxygen atmosphere too.
Yeah, and I will say that it makes me very, very nauseous.
Yeah, it's meant to be an irritant, an odorant, right? I mean, that's the whole purpose it's there. Natural gas by itself won't do that to you.
It's a warning.
It'll just make you go boom.
Right. All right, next question.
There was.
Sorry, Barry. We got to get through some of these questions, and then, what would you do differently next time? I wouldn't miss that freaking first exit. That's what I would do different. That was the cause of all of this. What did the rental place say? The rental place did not say anything. They charged me. I was back 3 hours late, and they charged me for that. Other than that, they said nothing. What did the EF rating go up for those tornadoes? It did not. We don't have that answer yet. What else here? What would you do? Okay, we did that. No. Thank you. You're welcome.
There was one that asked about the rarity for that area.
I don't know about the area, but something of this magnitude is extremely rare. I mean, we're talking a couple of records, maybe wind speeds, radar wind speeds. We're talking possibly long track. I mean, we got a slew of records that could, but we're not going to know that for a little bit. Can you confirm how up in the air went, how far the debris was? I guess pictures. I can't confirm that. No, Kamina.
I seen over 30,000 feet.
Yeah, and one of the things, if you look at this really quick, I'll show you this. We go back to the radar video. If you look at this, you'll see a spike. This is what we call a shadow spike right there. See that spike? It's coming down. That's like the shadow of debris falling, and it's that little spike right there that you see coming to the south. So that is, yeah. I mean, debris was falling from long places, pretty far away.
It's a tornado on a stick.
Okay, what was Desert's point of view as a viewer during all of this?
Living in California, not being around this very much, it is crazy to just see. And having some stream control when it comes to the data and the stream and that kind of thing, it is really crazy. It really is, especially when we lose data and you have no clue if everything's okay. Yeah.
Do you still want to come storm chasing now, even after the two events you have now witnessed?
Yes, I would still go.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Good deal. Next question. When will this be posted to YouTube? Tomorrow night. I just found out I got to re-edit the ending of that because I was supposed to take out all of that, me sitting there doing nothing. Honestly, I was in my car being a little baby. I'm just going to put it like that.
Can I do a hashtag ad for tomorrow night?
Hashtag ad?
I want to go back to the one question of how rare it is to have tornadoes in that area. Actually, for the month of December, most likely region for tornadoes is East Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi. They are common in Nashville or Tennessee and Kentucky and Memphis, that part of Arkansas and that. But the most likely area is actually East Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. But we're in that time of year that Dixie Alley kicks in. So there's a lot of tornado action that's going to come up over the wintertime down south.
Awesome. Okay, moving on. Ascension danger. What are three tornadoes traveling together side by side called? Triplets is my guess. Where the scars from the damage path look like claw marks. Yeah, that's just exactly what we said. This is ground
scour.
Yeah, ground scour. That's really what it is. Can you explain the gas? Okay, you already did that. Can you confirm how high? No, we already did that. Jennifer said, do you experience Okay, so Rowlett Garland, Spencer, not so much. That was my first EF4. And my second EF4 was Rowlett Garland. And as you recall, the very first gas station we showed up for in the Rowlett Garland, there were 2 people killed. So that was something that stuck with me pretty hard for about a year. one thing I will say about this is it was very, God, did it remind me of Rowlett Garland with the lightning field before the tornado, the dark, it was a lot of bringing that shit back up from Rowlett Garland. And then when I parked,
environment.
Oh yeah, when in the beginning, even I mentioned that on stream. I said, dude, the air feels like Rowlett Garland tonight. I said that on stream way before the tornado came. I said it just, so many reminders were coming out from that, and it took a year to get over that tornado. It really did. The only thing that got me through that is, or I may never have chased again, is the fact that I was on the Weather Channel and I literally received hundreds of emails stating, "Thank you for saving my life," and that's where live streaming was born for me. And that's when I said I want to do this forever. And you know, I still have a couple hundred Facebook friends on my Facebook from that tornado, and that's what they know me from, is that tornado. And so that has always been my signature tornado. So, and then when I come up there and I park on 131 with the wires down, and you see the wire and you see the fence, and then I saw that car and the collapse, and that damage was worse than I had ever seen. It was worse than Rowlett Garland. It was worse than Spencer, South Dakota. It was worse than Linwood, Kansas. So all I can say to myself is, if that's not an EF5, what the hell is, you know? And so part of me inside hopes that this is rated an EF5, because then I feel like I've seen the worst of it. And I haven't even seen the worst of it. I didn't even go into the heart of Mayfield. Yeah, everybody's seen the pictures of Mayfield. What I know is what I saw around that house. I saw that damn car upside down, wrapped around a tree, and the tree was still standing. How in the hell is that possible? It makes no freaking sense how that is possible.
I seen on a video an I-beam, a steel I-beam wrapped around a tree in Mayfield, and the tree was still standing. An I-beam.
Yeah. Someday, if you want, I'll share. I've got probably 1,000 photographs we took from Joplin. Oof. And what I remember from that was, like, everything was a toothpick. Right? There was really nothing larger. I mean, sure, there were larger pieces, but of the wood stuff, it was reduced to damn near dust, it felt like. And that was pretty sobering for me when we got into that. It was, holy shit.
Wasn't Joplin where the hospital actually got shifted on its
foundation?
Foundation?
Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and when I drove through Joplin, I went there for the year what year was Joplin?
I would have to look.
10 years would have put it after 2016, right?
It was 2011, I think.
Yeah,
maybe it was, so. Okay, so maybe it was 5. I don't know. Okay, so I went there on a year anniversary. One of the anniversaries, I went through there and we drove through there, just to see where it was at and all that.
Yeah,
and just me driving through Joplin gave me an eerie feeling, and it brought back all the Rowlett Garland stuff into me. And I was like, holy shit, I can't stay here. I'm out of here. And I left. So, yeah, Jen, we said this stuff triggers it, right? These things trigger it. I don't know if it's PTSD. I don't know if that's what you would call it. It took me, like I said, a year to get over it. We've 4 times on stream we've run into people that have been killed. And I know a lot of you guys don't know that, but 3 from storms, and we actually ran into a grandmother who was killed in Grand Island from a blizzard wreck that was live on stream. And you never know when it's going to happen. And I don't know. I guess part of you just.
The exposures are cumulative if you're not taught how to process and manage it.
Yep.
So.
Okay, rental the rental did not get any hail damage. The rental had a scratch, pretty good scratch, and then it had one little dent on the left side. I think that's for the 2 points in the video that I did say it even though I was muted, but there were two little. I think that's where they hit, anyways. But the car company didn't say anything. Let me see what else we got here. Scrolling. I'm missing.
I tell you what, Van Wert, Ohio, 2004. That took me a while to get over that one. That was in the F4, and there was people I knew that was affected pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, was Nico scared? Nico was passed out, or hiding. I don't know. He wasn't around much. Nathan, are you chasing on Wednesday? No, there's no chase on Wednesday, probably, guys. The storm system that we were talking about 2 days ago showed two big-time supercells starting in eastern Nebraska, rolling through. I mean, it was literally in Illinois within 7 hours. So even if we did chase Wednesday, it was going to be short-lived. Number two, the storm, the low, is moving so fast, it's not able to tap into the moisture of the Gulf and bring it northward. So there's not going to be any moisture to work with to create storms. We were hoping to get dews in the 60s. We're going to maybe get mid-40s. Maybe it's going to rain. What is going to happen, and I can tell you for anybody that lives on the plains, is there's going to be a wild freaking windstorm. So be ready for that. We're talking 55 to 65 miles per hour. I talked with my local meteorologist this morning. We both think it could reach 75 miles per hour in Nebraska. Low-end hurricane force winds, but not a lot of precip with it.
I thought the other day they said it was going to be a slow-moving low.
No, it's not slow. It's going to be fast. I mean, the wind watch begins Wednesday morning here and ends at Wednesday evening. I mean, it's pretty quick. And maybe at first it was slower. I don't know. But it's moving pretty quick, and it's just not. It just doesn't have enough time to get moisture move the moisture northward. If this thing would have been down and going through Missouri again instead of Nebraska, we could be looking at exactly what we looked at last week, but it isn't.
The one bad news about this next system, though, is going to be bringing a lot of rain to where the tornadoes hit.
Oh, yeah, I haven't looked at that. I know California is supposed to get a lot, and those places.
Oh, they're getting a lot of snow right now up in the mountains.
All right.
But I think it's Thursday, right across Arkansas through Kentucky and up here to me, we're supposed to have rain. That's really going to hinder the efforts there in Mayfield.
Sickness says, do you have any footage of the Rowlett Garland? Yes, it's on YouTube. Storm Chaser IRL. Guys, if you're in here, please give Storm Chaser IRL a follow on YouTube. Please give Naxantharus a follow on Twitch and YouTube. Same with Desert. Give him a follow on Twitch. Barry, give him a follow on Twitch. Give all these guys follows. They deserve it. All right? They deserve all the love that you guys are giving me. Will you ever go back to Mayfield? Yeah, absolutely. I always go back to all the places that have been hit by tornadoes. See how they're doing. Yep, we'll go back someday. Someday when I'm chasing in that area, we'll pit stop. That's kind of how it rolls. Even after all this, I still want to ride along. Branding, all right. No problem. Guys, this is rare. I mean, this was a rare event Friday. I wanted to be a part of it. In the beginning, all I wanted to do was get some storms and some dew points, and it
ended up being a little bit more what we thought.
Yeah, it definitely exploded more, but I would have been there even if it was a lesser event because I needed what I call to wet my beak, right? I need something to hold me over until chase season gets here. Otherwise, I get depressed. I don't have the storms. I get depressed. I was talking a little bit about that earlier, and I didn't finish. But if I could get a little bit once a month, even if it's just the little things. I have been known.
If I had $1 every time I said that.
This is a true story.
Come on, Max.
There was a storm system a couple of years ago that went through Springfield, and it flooded the river there. I don't know what river that is.
Oh,
but it was forecast for 2 days, for 48 straight hours, to thunderstorm in Springfield, Missouri. It wasn't supposed to be severe storms, but a lot of rain, some severe storms. I drove to Springfield and I booked a hotel room and I just laid there for 2 days. I was in cloud 9. I didn't stream. I just laid there and I was on cloud 9, just loving the storms. And it stormed for 48 straight hours. It never once stopped. And then at the end, we had big floods down there and I ended up getting some video out of it. But I've been known to do stupid shit like that just because I need something to hold me over to spring. Last year there was nothing. Same here. And it was
same here, man.
All right, guys, it's 10:15.
I tell you what, though, before we leave, I mentioned Nax before I took off earlier. His great help, helping you out and everything was great. And I forgot to mention Desert. Desert was behind the scenes trying to keep the stream up and running as best he could. Thank you very much, bro. I appreciate all your work as well. And for me, I tell you what, I was really happy at the beginning of the chase, and then the pucker factor kicked in, and I was worried, especially when I lost communications with Nathan, and with no stream. You know, I don't know if he's alive or if he got hit, if he crapped his pants or what he did. But then afterwards, then I come down off the adrenaline, and I'm only sitting here in Ohio, but I felt like I was in his passenger seat the whole time. And so afterwards, after the adrenaline, and I started thinking about what happened, and it's like, what if?
Yeah, I haven't slept well for 3 nights because of that what if factor. I got really nothing. We just gotta
work a little bit better, like me, you, and Desert talked about securing better communication somehow.
Yeah, we'll talk, and we're gonna do a little. I know Kevin's given me some ideas about GPS that I need to get into place. Remember, chat, if you're worried, if you're a sub or VIP, I put the glimpse in the Discord for every single chase. Use that if you're worried, okay? Because when the communications go down and the videos go down, you can get into the Discord and you can see the glimpse, and if it's moving, you know I'm okay. So that can give you a little bit of a sense of, yeah, he's fine. He's all right, guys. His glimpse is moving around. So remember that. And beyond that, again, I just want to thank the mods tremendously for everything. Lisa, thank you for tirelessly. Hey, guys, look, I know the mods all do a lot. All right, the mods do tremendous amounts of stuff. Desert does tremendous amounts of stuff. You guys would be shocked at how much Desert has helped me in this last year. Okay, absolutely shocked. Same with Nax. We need to get all these guys partnered. Nax is amazing material. Barry lives on hurricanes and making sure people are good to go with hurricanes. And you should see when we have hurricanes hitting the stream, his stream is bombing. I mean, we need to get every one of these guys partnered up. Jennifer McMahon's in the chat. We need to give her some follows. She's an awesome storm chaser, part of Twitch Storm Chasers. All these guys are close to being partnered. Give them a follow. Give them some love. Let's get them partnered, because then we can all do partner streams, and that would be hella fun.
That'd be awesome.
And again, as far as Lisa goes, she does a ton of stuff behind the scenes that you guys don't realize. It's so much stuff behind the scenes that helps me out tremendously. I mean,
let's be honest, she's the brain of the operations.
Yep, she is. She is. So
yeah, I love Lisa. She works so hard.
Can't thank her enough.
And all the mods, but Lisa especially.
So yeah, guys, you guys know what to do. It's all big family here. Let's just keep doing what we're doing, and that's all I really got. Do you guys got anything else you want to add?
Can I pimp out tomorrow night's special event?
What's tomorrow night? Yeah, go for it. Absolutely.
It's an hour-long stream, hour and 15 minutes tops for me tomorrow night. 6:54 p.m. Central Time. Be in your seats. It's the Capitol Caroling event, where the local high school kids do the music of the holiday season tomorrow night from the Missouri State Capitol. I'll stream it live. There won't be any interaction. The stream will come up. They'll run their program, and when the program's over, I shut the stream down. But it's a neat time. Get your family, put it on the big screen, and have a good night.
You're doing that and competing with my Call of Duty?
Gladly.
I think you'll win.
It is the 84th year, by the way, and
That's
I was
awesome.
a part of this event when I was in the high school. I was the narrator for that event 2 years in a row, and it's been going on ever since. It's a wonderful event. So
yes, absolutely.
It is awesome.
Yep. A couple other things. I'll just really quick, guys. Next weekend, I'll be in Branson, Missouri for Christmas. It'll be our days 7 and days 8 of our Christmas-like spectacular. It's been hugely successful. So if you guys haven't been here for that, make sure you're here Friday, Saturday this coming week. And after that, we got a tattoo in January. I don't have a whole heck of a lot else scheduled at the moment. You guys got anything exciting scheduled tomorrow, Nax? You got anything big?
No,
I do.
not really.
Okay.
I got sleep. Try to get rid of this cough.
Yeah.
I was going to try to do a live stream and show the radar, but I couldn't download it. Their download server was down. But since you were doing this, I don't have to worry about it. So,
yeah.
I'll check into it, Sharon. I'll check into it. All right, guys. Well, that's all I got. I'm going to do a raid, and we'll raid somebody here. And again, thank you very much for hanging out. I want to do these for all the good major chases that we encounter. I mean, obviously they won't always be like that. Hold on one second. These type of events.
No more nighttime.
Yeah, these events are kind of rare, but I do want to do the recaps more often. I think I want to get you guys into my mind, let you know what I'm thinking. And I know Max and I chase together a lot, sometimes with Steven. I think we should do these more often when we chase.
Have a good night.
Just so people know what's going through our heads as we're going through this, and why we make some of the decisions we make. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do a raid, and we will see you guys tomorrow night for Call of Duty, and make sure you go see Nax for his event, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chat.
It was
Good
fun.
night, everybody.
Have a good night, everybody.
All right. Let me see who the heck I want to raid.